Jackson my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bro. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
On the set. Mark 37. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Shoot, fly. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Squeeze. Hot.
They'll run on first down. Slade. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Race don't travel.
To throw is Martinez. Looking to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be in. Good one. And it'll bring up third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Minshew on first and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride them over.
It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco. A big third down play there for the Jags. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second and 9, Minshew. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Minshew sets to throw, and that will be incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine some... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. Season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Push him back. Shift. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 99. Check 99. Kill. And
here's Garoppolo to throw. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, the spark that often wins games.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch twist.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
He's crashing. He's checking crap. 49. Check 49. Check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Hey, come on.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing his way inside the 40. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Hey, switch gears. Take four.
11.
Now a give, right side. Slade. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Here we go.
1, Omaha.
Shoot.
Undercrush. Check the
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd down now, Slade. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a short return to the 6-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 8-yard
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Gator, Pilot, 64, weak.
It's just me.
Bravo.
Tight dog.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Looking long for Westbrook. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 79 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Mike 37. It's on field.
After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First target, first catch, and a first down. Garoppolo now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Slade. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain. Can win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. Garoppolo now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. The offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Check it out, Reed. A little flare.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second and very short, Minshew, the linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
70.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Do it.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to drop it that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
You can't stop me.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Pick it up, D.
Check 6-6. Pull it high.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He completes it to Westbrook. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Check, 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 check.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
That's a what? That's a what?
Out of the gun is Minshew. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw now on first down. Caught here by Conley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Josh Oliver as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Let's go.
Sets up a first down and goal at the 6-yard line.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A big one there for the Jags, 18 yards, first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Fournette, a first down carry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. He's got his tight end, Oliver. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. This quarterback now Over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew buying time to his left. His throw incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Minshew sets to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Jags grab it, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a good pick up there of 20 yards.
21. Go ahead.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, he goes up top. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Minshew. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Again, it's Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Minshew on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. He's going to go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Conley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
13.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Fournette. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
General West. Wait, Delta.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, here we go, hit it, here we go.
Here's Minshew. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Chris Conley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Oh, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 56. Greystone travel.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Hey, exit. Ready, ready.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
On the set.
Mike's 56. Target, 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 target.
5.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Down. 18 Gator.
54. Mike 54. Here we go, let's run. Let's go.
Now Fournette. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Right there. 54, right there, right there.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. C.J. Uzomah, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
56 is the mic.
We ain't giving up nothing.
This is Fournette. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. He will push his way down to about the 14. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Ready up.
56. Check 56. Focus, defense, focus.
Running it with Armstead. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Raquel Armstead, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll keep it on the ground. Slade. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 41, Garoppolo is going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 48.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Slade. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll keep it on the ground. Slade. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Ready, ready.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I'm here all day.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.